Hello, everyone. This is Al, Red Sox fan, coming to you from Al, Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to bring you some APBA baseball back to the channel. Basic APBA baseball. Wonderful game. Absolutely have fallen in love with it. And we have a tremendous pitching matchup, excuse me. The way back what if machine takes us to Veterans Stadium for another epic pitching matchup. The night excuse me again, frog in my throat. The 1999 Boston Red Sox and Pedro Martinez, 23-4 that year with a 2.07 ERA, striking out 313 batters, takes on the 1980 Philadelphia Phillies World Series champions, lefties on the mound, Steve Carlton, 24-9, 2.34 ERA. Carlton struck out 286 batters. So you know what we say to this? Play ball, APBA style, red and white die. All right, here we go. And again, I play APBA Basic. I love the game. I just picked up the 1980 set on eBay for an extremely reasonable price. And we're going to show that off for the first time. We also have coming 1973 and 1989. I got a wonderful deal on 2 seasons for approximately $60 together. So most of the seasons I get for baseball do come off eBay because I'm not worried about playing the advanced game. I'm just playing the basic. I highly recommend check out eBay, but be careful of the shipping costs and don't be afraid to haggle if they say offer what you want. Okay, with that, let's get to the 1999 Red Sox. The Red Sox would make it to the American League Championship Series against the Yankees, but they would lose 4-1. They would defeat Cleveland in the divisional series. They were the wild card that year. The Philadelphia Phillies won the World Series in 1980. They defeated Houston in the National League Championship Series, which is one of the best playoff series I've ever seen. And then they went on to defeat the Royals 4-2 in the World Series. All right, for the 1999 Boston Red Sox, Darren Lewis will lead off, and he is playing center field. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Jose Offerman. Batting third at shortstop, Nomar Garciaparra. The cleanup hitter, the DH, Mike Stanley. Batting fifth at third base, John Valentin. Batting sixth in left field, Troy O'Leary. In right field, batting seventh, Trot Nixon. Batting eighth, doing the catching, switch hitting catcher, Jason Varitek. Batting ninth at second base, Donnie Sadler. And on the mound, our beloved Pedro Martinez. As I stated, Pedro was 23-4 with an ERA 2.07, striking out 313 batters. And he's an AC pitcher. That's tremendous. He's got a lot of voodoo on that card to take away hits. Modifier XY and then Z. And I don't know if these old charts have the XY. They might and they might not. But obviously if it's an X or a Y, we're going to give it to them because these charts come from the 1996 game. I do have the book. I just don't like it. I like the charts much better. It's easier for me to get to things quickly. For the Philadelphia Phillies of 1980, World Series champions, Lonnie Smith leads things off, and he's in left field, followed by Pete Rose at first base. Batting third, the third baseman, Michael Jack Schmidt. The cleanup hitter is the Bull, Greg Lazinski. In center field, Gary Maddox, and he is batting fifth, excuse me. Batting sixth is Shake Bake McBride in right. Batting seventh, playing second base, Manny Trio. At shortstop, batting eighth, Larry Boa. Batting ninth, the catcher, Bob Boone. Okay, so there we have it. Joining us at the ballpark, Dave Gardner. Check out that wonderful channel. He had some APBA football on earlier. Sports Time Machine. I'll be listening to his Stratomatic Baseball. It was a heck of a matchup. I believe the 86 Mets. I don't remember the other team, but I like listening to those games at work. He does a fine job. Sports Time Machine, our good friend, Mr. Utah Mike. And, of course, Brian Hoxie is here. All right, let's go. So Steve Carlton's on the bump. And Darren Lewis, the 2012 Cardinals. Thank you, Mike. So it's the 2012 Cardinals. Spilled water on myself, I see. Taking on the 86 Mets, which is always 86 Mets. They're fun to roll. All right, Darren Lewis on the mound. Carlton is an A pitcher with a X and a Z modifier, so he has the voodoo on the 8. The Red Sox defensive points, 37. They'll be going off fielding column 2. The Phillies defensive points, 42, fielding column 1. This is probably the easiest game to set up and just play. All right. So Carlton to Darren Lewis. That's going to be a 43 off the Lewis card. A 43 is a 29. Base is empty chart. 29 is a one hopper to the mound, but is he an X pitcher? Yes, he is. That's a strikeout. So Carlton, after Darren Lewis fouls one back to the screen, comes back to strikeout Lewis. 1 out. Lewis is gone. D. Smith, how you doing? As he says hello to myself in the chat. Good to see you. First baseman Jose Offerman now faces lefty. Boone sets a target. The pitch to Offerman. That's a 62. A 62 is a 13, and I don't even have to look. That's strikeout number 2. Carlton looks to strike out the side. Nasty pitch there by Steve Carlton. Lefty must now face Nomar Garciaparra. Carlton rocks and deals to Garciaparra. It is a 41. A 41 is a 24. That will end the inning. A 24 is a chopper to short. Boa has it. Throws to Rose. 1, 2, 3, go. Our beloved Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the first. Philadelphia coming to bat. It will be Smith, Rose, and Schmidt. If anyone gets on, the Bull, Greg Lazinski. So Carlton does his J-O-B. I forgot to mark the outs. That does happen, folks. We'll move that over here for a second. Will Martinez match the goose egg? So here comes Pedro Martinez. Martinez to face the right-hand batting Lonnie Smith. Smith digs in. The pitch from Pedro Martinez. That is a 41. A 41 is a 24. That's going to be a ground ball to Nomar Garciaparra. He'll throw to Offerman at first. 1 down. So Martinez induces the ground ball off the bat of Lonnie Smith. Pete Rose will now face Pedro Martinez. Charlie Hustle, switch hitter batting lefty against the right-handed hurling Dominican Pedro Martinez. Veritek wiggles the fingers. Martinez with a nod of the head. The pitch to Pete Rose, that's a 44. A 44 is a 7. I believe the voodoo's going to take that away because he has AC voodoo. No, the 7 is not taken away on the AC voodoo. A blooper into left. So Rose slaps the outside pitch. over the leap of John Valentin. He has a single to left. Rose at first. He's considered a fast runner in APBA. That will bring up Michael Jack Schmidt. We have a runner at first. We have to remember to switch to chart. Bob B., how you doing? Hope all is well. Red Sox hope to turn 2 in the infield. Martinez to Michael Jack Schmidt. That is a 36. A 36 is a 33. A 33 jammed him, popped up, left side. Valentin waiting for it. The third baseman for the Red Sox will make the catch. 2 down. Rose will be off on contact with 2 outs as Bob B says, let's go Phillies. Brian Hoxie, I feel like with any game, you play any ground ball to Nomar should require a decider roll to determine if he makes an error. I agree. I don't think Nomar was a good defensive shortstop. I watched him enough, especially when they traded him. That was the right move. He was a god-awful shortstop. And, again, I say this all the time. Big series against the Yankees in 2004. Nomar is sitting on the bench, not playing in the series. Derek Jeter goes face first to get a foul ball, third base side, busts up his chin, bleeding all over the place. They put a big Band-Aid on it. He's back out there playing. Bad visual. Nomar, that was the right thing. I give Theo Epstein a lot of credit. That was the right thing to trade Garcia-Parra. They don't win the World Series if he's on that team. 2 outs. Rose at first. The Bull, Greg Lazinski, comes to the plate. Martinez to the Bull, Lazinski. Oh, boy. That's a 65. A 65 runner at first is a 12. It would have been a double play ball. A possible walk, but Martinez is not wild. So we're going to go 5-3 as Valentin throws to Offerman, side retired. The Pete Rose hit doesn't hurt. We're through 1 here in Philadelphia. No score. Carlton will be back up on the bump for his warm-up tosses. Lefty will face Stanley Valentin O'Leary. Just put that there for a second. Goose eggs in the first. So Lazinski made the last out. Bob B wants to see Marty Bystrom. No, you don't. Marty Bystrom's a C pitcher. So here comes Carlton. D. Smith says the numbers Pedro put up in that era of baseball are just amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely are. Love Pedro. Pedro was must-see TV. He pitched. I made sure I watched the game. Here's Carlton to face the DH for the Red Sox, right-hand batting Mike Stanley. That's all right, Bob. Marty Bystrom was a huge part of the run down the stretch and in the World Series, right? For the I'm saying he's a C pitcher. I don't know if that's fair because wasn't he like 5-0 or 5-1? And I do think, didn't he win 1 game in the World Series, if I remember correctly? We just did the What If World Series using OOTP 25. The A's, 1980 A's, and the 80 Phillies. I won't spoil it. Bob B says, yep, he had an ERA under 2. Yeah, no. So I don't really know if that's a fair card, to be honest with you. I would think he'd be at least a B. To be honest, he should be an A pitcher just with those limited, you could play true to form. You only use him at the end of the year, or you can play however you want. Sean Kaufman, hope you're doing well. He says, love your field awesomeness. Well, thank you very much, Sean. Here we go. Carlton to Stano, Mike Stanley. Oh, doubles. Sweet. 22. A 22 is an 8. Well, that A voodoo is going to get rid of that. Base is empty chart. So the A, I really like this about APBA. The pitcher grades, they take away hits. Very similar, obviously, to Pine Tar. We got to get Pine Tar Baseball back on the channel. I have it over there, and it's such a good game. And they kind of do the same thing with a pitching grade as APBA does. All right, so that's an 8, and I know he's going to have a pitch that he had a chance. He thought he could grip and rip, but it tailed in on him, popped up, outfield grass, third base side. Calling for it is Schmidt. Stanley is retired, so that's a pop-out 5. We have 1 out. So that A takes away hits on 8 and 9. That's devastating. And Pedro's even more devastating because he's an AC pitcher. So Stanley is out. And Sean is doing great. That's good to hear. Sports Time Machine, our good friend Mr. Utah Mike says, July 1st, 2004 was one of the best games between the Red Sox and Yankees. That was the Jeter dive. Yeah. And Pedro was sitting, Nomar was on the bench. He was an awful defensive shortstop. Maybe when he came up, he was okay. He wasn't bad. He was awful in 2004. He was taking throws down from second, behind the second base bag on steals. You don't do that. You take it in front of the bag, okay? And then he's like, oh, I don't want to get hurt. Don't straddle the bag. Take it in front of the bag and go with the swipe tag. Turning double plays, god-awful. He still made a good play going into the hole. He could do that well. But he was almost, oh, there's no one on. That was from last inning. He was not really good in the clubhouse, from what I remember, and I'm pretty sure I remember correctly. That will bring up John Valentin with 1 out. Carlton to the right-hand batting third baseman, Johnny Valentin. That's a 13 for Valentin. A 13 is a 22. A 22. Hard hit ball to first. Rose makes a diving stop. From his knees, underhand toss to Carlton, covering the bag. Nice play by Pete Rose and lefty Steve Carlton. That's going to be scoring at home 3-1. There are 2 outs, bases empty. Carlton looking for another 1-2-3 inning. He'll have to face Troy O'Leary, the left-hand batting left fielder. The pitch to O'Leary from, it's doubles, 55. A 55 is an 8. Well, we know that's an out. The A voodoo takes that away. Outside pitch. O'Leary reaches for it, pops it up. Michael Jack Schmidt will make the play. Side is retired. 6 up, 6 down for the Red Sox against lefty Steve Carlton. We go to the bottom of the second. Due up for the Phillies, Maddox, McBride trio. Bob B does not like the Mets, as he's a Cardinals fan. Says, how awesome is it that the Mets are winless so far this season? Well, for you, I guess it's awesome. For Mets fans, not so much. But it's early. Let's get that unfortunate goose egg up there in the top of the second for our beloved Boston Red Sox. Martinez gave up 1 hit in the first. He's done with his warm-up tosses. Here's Gary Maddox. Marlins are 0-7. Yeah, that's an ouch. You can't win your division in April, but you sure can lose it, or your playoff hunt. All right, here we go. Martinez to Maddox. Maddox, leadoff batter. Bottom of the second, that's a 14. That's a 30. A 30 is going to be a fly ball to center field towards the gap. And now O'Leary, as it's a left center field gap, O'Leary calls off Lewis. He makes the catch. A little miscommunication there. But the Red Sox do get the out. 1 out. Bottom of the second. I should probably just hold the cards like this, but that brings up Shake Bake McBride. A left-handed stick. Veritek sets a target. The pitch to Shake Bake McBride. 51 to McBride. A 51 is an 8. I know that's an out as Martinez jams him, pops it up. Third baseman John Valentin will make the catch. 2 down. And again, that AC voodoo on bases empty, it's going to take away hits on 8, 9. Well, yeah, 8, 9. So either way, it takes away the 8, 9. The AB, I think that really comes into play when you get a guy on base. Yeah. So that's just tremendous, that AC. 2 outs, base is empty. Second baseman, Manny Trio. Trying to keep the inning alive for Larry Boa, his partner in crime up the middle. The pitch to Trio from Pedro Martinez. It's a 41 to Manny. A 41 to Manny Trio's a 24. A 24. Another ground ball to short. Nomar has it. Throws to first. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies of 1980. We go to the top of the third. No score here in Philadelphia at Veterans Stadium, excuse me. Bottom third of the Red Sox order. Nixon, Veritek, Sadler. Pedro's only given up 1 hit. Carlton, none. No Red Sox has reached base as of yet. The bottom third of the order will try to change that predicament. So here's lefty Steve Carlton back up on the bump. Completes his warm-up tosses. Trot Nixon. This is a lefty-lefty matchup. Thought about putting Butch Husky in, and then I was like, no. The pitch to Trot Nixon, Red Sox right fielder. That is a 31. A 31 on the Nixon card is a 14. Nixon battles Carlton for a walk. Is he a double ZZ pitcher? No. So it is a walk. That is the first base runner for the Red Sox. Nixon at first. Veritek comes up. Ken Castro, how you doing? He says, go Phillies. Oh, Ken. Against the Red Sox and Pedro? Shame. Veritek is up. Do we want to bunt here? No, he's going to swing the stick. And we have to change the chart to runner at first. So far, I remember that. Carlton to Veritek. Stay away from the double play if you're a Red Sox fan. That's a 43. What will it be? We shall see. That's a 29. A 29. Y pitcher gets a strikeout. He is not a Y pitcher. It's still going to be an out. Carlton is an XZ pitcher. It's a chopper to the mound, very slow. The only play, Carlton doesn't chance to turn 2. He goes to first for the sure out. So it was a swinging bunt by Veritek. Nixon advances to second. Veritek out 1-3. There we go. Remember, put the base runner in there. As he said, we got lefty. All right, Kenny, I still love you. Donnie Sadler. I thought we could have put Sadler in right. Offerman at second. I thought about it, and then I put Stanley at first and pinch DH Husky, but I was like, no. Let's see what Donnie Sadler can do here with a runner in scoring position. Carlton looks to overwhelm Donnie Sadler. That's a 64. That was a 64. Fumble fingers did that. So a 64 is a 31. Runner at second, though. And a 31 is a fly ball to center field. Can of corn for Maddox. So Maddox makes the catch. Holding at second is Trot Nixon. Again, that was a 64. What the hell did I look at? That's a strikeout. I must have looked at the 31 by accident. That's a strikeout. So disregard that. That's a 13, and that is a clean strikeout. Third K for Carlton. Runner still at second. 2 outs. Top of the order, Darren Lewis. He was a strikeout victim. Can Carlton get Lewis again? Pitch homer bound from lefty Steve Carlton. 12. A 12's a 25. Runner at second. 25. Line shot. Leaping catch by Manny Trio. Had there been no outs or 1 out or less, it would have been a double play. Side is retired. What a great play by Manny Trio. Line out for the Red Sox strand Nixon in scoring position after he was able to work a walk. We go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless here at Veterans Stadium. The Red Sox still cannot get it done against Carlton. Offerman will lead off in the top of the fourth for Boston. That will bring Pedro back to the mound. Pedro to face Boa, Boone, in the top of the order, Lonnie Smith. Larry Boa, switch hitter, batting lefty against Pedro Martinez. Here's the pitch to Boa. Boa gets the 11. That's a 0. That's a re-roll, so it's off the D column. 66. It is gone. Larry Boa jumps all over the first pitch fastball. See you later, alligator. In a wild crocodile. Bippity boppity boom to the moon. Boom goes the ball. Larry Boa, the intense shortstop of the Phillies, touches them all. To the moon, Alice, to the moon. To the joy of Ken Castro. A home run by an unlikely source, Larry Boa. 1-0 Philadelphia. So Boa with the leadoff homer. Pedro produced most of the power there with the fastball. 1-0 Philadelphia. As Ken Castro says, here we go, Phillies, here we go. Clap, clap. Martinez has to regroup. If you're Boone, don't dig in. Switch hitter, another. No, he's a right-handed batter. The pitch to Bob Boone, the Phillies catcher. He rolls doubles. 33. What will it be? We shall see. 0. He's going to re-roll on the D column. 55. And that's gone. Bob Boone jacks it out of the ballpark, almost in the identical spot in left center. Bippity boppity boom to the moon. Boom goes the ball. Bobby Boone touches them all. Back-to-back jacks by the Fighting Phillies of 1980. They have Martinez on the ropes. 2-0 Philadelphia. Holy cow. Verdheck goes out to have a word with Pedro. So back-to-back jacks by the Phillies. They're now up 2-0. Still no outs. If you're Lonnie Smith, definitely don't dig in. Pedro has a little bit of a Bob Gibson quality to him. So it's 2-0 Phillies. And you have the great lefty Steve Carlton on the mound. Still no outs. We go to the top of the order. So batters 8 and 9 produce the power to give the Phillies a 2-0 lead. Bob B is very joyful. Lonnie Smith 0 for 1. He grounded to short. The pitch to Lonnie Smith. 26, a 26. Base is empty. 13, that's a strikeout. Nasty movement on that circle change. Pedro records his first K. 1 out. Philly fans still a buzz here at Veterans Stadium with the back-to-back jacks by Boa and Boone. Pete Rose steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Martinez to Charlie Hustle. 31. A 31 is a 9. And the A Voodoo will take that away. Base is empty. Rose pops it up left side. Garcia Parra. Oh, that's a 9. Excuse me, not an 8. That's a strikeout. He goes down on a nasty breaking pitch. So after giving up 2 homers, Martinez strikes out Smith and Rose. He can actually strike out the side. Martinez with a nasty sneer on his face. Michael Jack Schmidt. Will he hit home run number 3 for the Phillies here in the bottom of the third? The pitch to Schmidt from Pedro Martinez, 53. 53 is a 20. That will be a hard hit ball to second. Donnie Sadler knocks it down, fumbles around with the ball, throws wide of Offerman. An error on Donnie Sadler. So that is an E4. Inning stays alive with 2 outs. Schmidt reaches on a present by Sadler. 2-0 Phillies. Another home run threat steps to the plate. The Bull, Greg Lazinski. Lazinski grounded to third. So we have to go runner at first. Martinez pays no heed at first. The pitch to Lazinski. 13. A 13 is a walk. Pedro is not a 13 is a 14, so that's a walk. Oh, is he a Z pitcher? Yes, he is. It's not a walk. Ball 1. So a 1-0 count. Lazinski steps back in. We deal again to Lazinski. That's a 24. A 24 is a strikeout, so Pedro comes back. He does strike out the side, but gives up 2 homers to start off the inning. Boa, then Boone. Strikes out Smith. Rose. Error by Sadler allows Schmidt to reach, but strikes out Lazinski in a tough at-bat. We go to the top of the fourth. 2-0 Phillies. Will those 2 runs be enough for lefty Steve Carlton? Two unlikely homers. But it happens. It's baseball. For the Red Sox, in the top of the fourth, Offerman, Garcia Parra, Stanley, if anyone gets on, the third baseman, John Valentin. D. Smith says the Killer Bees, Boa and Boone. Here's the pitch to Jose Offerman. $13 for Jose Offerman. And that's a walk. Let's double check that. Runner, base is empty. 14. That's almost always a walk. It will be a walk. Carlton is not a double ZZ pitcher. So again, a walk by Carlton. Offerman is a very fast runner. Now, the basic game has the steals built in, which is fine. Here's Nomar Garcia Parra. Nomar can tie it up with one mighty swing of the bat. Carlton to Garcia Parra. And that's not going to do it. That is a 23. A 23 is a 26. Runner at first. 26. Ball hit to second. Trio to Boa. Hustling down the line is Garciaparra. He just beats the relay throw from Larry Boa. Nice stretch by Pete Rose, who is complaining to the umpire, but they're not going to change the call. So Offerman is out. We have one out. We forgot to put the dude here. So Garciaparra is there. It's a fielder's choice, 4-6. Garciaparra takes the place of Offerman at first. Mike Stanley has some pop. He's the DH. Stanley is 0 for 1. He popped out to Schmidt. Carlton rocks and deals to Stanley. That's a 64. A 64 is a 37. A 37 with a runner at first. Great move. Carlton to first. Picks off Garciaparra. So Garciaparra is out, as he is picked off. I have no room to put that there, so we're just going to write it over here. Nomar picked off. Second out. Top 4. So there's 2 down now. Nomar erased from the base paths. Stanley steps back in the batter's box. Base is empty. Carlton deals again to Stanley. It's a 62 to Mike Stanley. A 62 is a 41. And we go to the bases empty chart. 41. Chop to third. And it's going to be an error. Low throw by Schmidt to Rose. Rose could not scoop it. Boy, does that pickoff hurt now. The slow-footed Stanley. So 2 errors in this inning. No, 1 error, I'm sorry. The other is a fielder's choice, the other one. So an E5 keeps the inning alive. Stanley's at first. Very slow of foot. John Valentin steps to the plate. Stanley will be off on contact. Carlton has the sign. Boone sets the target. The pitch to Johnny Valentin. 41. 41 with a runner at first is a 24. That will be most likely an out to end the inning. Would have been a double play ball. We're going to call it a force at second as Boa flips to Trio. 6-4. Side is retired. The walk and the error do not hurt Steve Carlton. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-0 Phillies. Due up for Philadelphia, Maddox, McBride, and Trio. So Carlton is dominating these Red Sox batters to the joy of Bob B. and Kenny Castro. Martinez will take his warm-up tosses. Pedro gave up back-to-back jacks to lead off the bottom of 3rd. The Killer Bees, as D. Smith phrases it, Boa and Boone. Right now, it seems like those 2 runs will be enough for Carlton and the 1980 Phillies. Oops, that's not right. So the Phillies, Maddox, McBride, and Trio to face Pedro Martinez. The pitch to Gary Maddox, 0 for 1. He flew out to O'Leary and left. 35, bases empty, 35. That's a strikeout. That's a 13. Martinez has now struck out 4. Nasty circle change. 1 out. Shake Bake McBride's 0 for 1. The lanky Martinez rocks and deals to Shake Bake McBride. That is a 26. A 26 is a strikeout. Martinez looks to strike out the side once again. moving his fastball quite nicely now and getting them out with that circle change that just drops. Manny Trio's 0 for 1. He grounded to short. Here's the pitch to Trio. 25, a 25. That's an 8. I know that's going to be an out. As the AC Voodoo takes away the 8. Trio is jammed, popped up, third base side. Valentin makes the play. 1, 2, 3. Go the Phillies in the fourth. We go to the top of the fifth, still 2-0 Philadelphia here at Veterans Stadium in an epic pitching duel between Pedro Martinez, 1999, Steve Carlton, 1980. As D. Smith says, I'm not a fan of these Phillies. They took down my Royals in our first World Series. Yep, they beat them 4-2. So Pedro's now settled in. He has 5 Ks. Carlton has 3 Ks. We go to the top of the fifth. 2-0 Philadelphia. Let's do the scoreboard. I kind of like the little board here. Carlton will face in the top of the fifth for the Red Sox, O'Leary, Nixon, and Varitek. Lefty-lefty matchup here. The pitch to Troy O'Leary, 53 to Troy O'Leary. 53's a 17. Slicing ball to the right center field gap, making the diving catch, robbing extra bases off the bat of Troy O'Leary is Shake Bake McBride. Was he shaking and baking with that tremendous catch? O'Leary can't believe it. The Red Sox are still hitless. 1 out. What a play by Shake Bake McBride in right center. Trot Nixon will face Carlton. Nixon, 31. A 31 off the Nixon card is a 4. And again, he battles Carlton to a walk. Great at-bat by Trot Nixon. 2 times up. No official at-bat, but twice on base. That will bring the tying run to the plate in Jason Varitek. The pitch to the Red Sox catcher, runner at first. We'll switch that in a second. We might not even have to switch that. That's a 13. A 13 is a 36. We will have to switch it. 36, runner at first. Fastball in the dirt. Gets away from Bobby Boone, advancing to second. Is Trot Nixon. Carlton has, and the Phillies defense have inflicted their own. Oh, actually, Varitek still at the plate. 1-0 count. Carlton with the walks and the 1 error by Schmidt. No hits yet for the Red Sox, but they're threatening to tie it. Carlton once again to Varitek, batting righty, as he's a switch hitter, and that's a 26. A 26 is a 30. Now we have a runner at second. And a 30. Lazy fly ball to left for out number 2. Making the catch is Lonnie Smith. 2 down, runner still at second. Number 9 batter, a strikeout victim, a very weak-hitting second baseman, Donnie Sadler. Can Sadler do something here with 2 outs? The pitch to Donnie Sadler from Carlton, that's a 41. 41 to Donnie Sadler's a 28. Runner at second, a 28. Grounder to Boa. Boa throws to Rose. Sadler is 0 for 2. Once again, Trot Nixon stranded at second. There are 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Phillies 2, Red Sox nothing. An epic battle between the 1999 Red Sox and Pedro Martinez and the 1980 Philadelphia Phillies and Steve Carlton. Just joining us in the bottom of the third, Boa and Boone to start off the bottom of the third went back-to-back jacks. Thus the 2-0 lead. Carlton has not given up a hit yet. He has walked a couple and an error by Schmidt. That's how the Red Sox have reached base. So Sadler makes the last out there. And top of the order for the Red Sox in the top of the sixth when they come up. Pedro Martinez. He's going to face Boone and Boa. Boone, again, they homered their last at-bat. In the top of the order, Lonnie Smith, who's 0 for 2. The pitch to Larry Boa, a very intense ball player. That's a 52 to Larry Boa. 52 is a 27. I do believe that is an out. 27, base is empty. Strikeout. As Pedro Martinez is an XY pitcher, and I'm going to give him the X because I don't think they have XY on this chart, so he's definitely going to get the X. It's an out anyway. It's just instead of a ground out, it's a strikeout. So Boa goes down. Pedro's now struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Martinez has struck out 6. He'll face Bob Boone, who also homered off of him in the bottom of the third. Martinez is in a groove. He deals quickly to Boone. It's a 62 for Bobby Boone, the Phillies catcher. 62 is a 30. A 30 is a ball hit to left center field. Troy O'Leary racing over, calling off the center fielder Lewis. He makes the catch. There are 2 down. No one on. Top of the order. 0 for 3, Lonnie Smith. Pedro has assigned the pitch to Smith. 12. A 12 is a 25. 25. Swing and a miss. Set him up with a fastball. Got him with a circle change. Martinez now struck out 7. We go to the top of the 6th here in Philadelphia. 2-0, 1980 Phillies over the 1999 Red Sox. Pedro is dealing. He had those 2 hiccups, but that is enough right now for lefty Steve Carlton. The Red Sox haven't even been able to get a run off Carlton or a hit. Top of the order, Lewis, Offerman, Garcia Parra. The pitch to Darren Lewis, 65 to Darren Lewis. Oop, we got that on the wrong side. I like to put the pitcher there. And the batter's here. So a 65 off the Lewis card, base is empty. 65 is a 35. That's going to be out number 1. Popped up. Foul territory. Boone ranges towards the dugout. He makes the catch. 1 down. Lewis is now 0 for 3. So that should be a pop out 2. And that's 1 down in the top of the 6th. Jose Offerman steps to the plate. Here's the pitch from Carlton to Offerman. 31 to Jose Offerman. 31's a 9. And the A grade will take away a possible hit. Nasty breaking ball. Swing and a miss by Offerman. Boone tags him to complete the strikeout. As the A voodoo takes away the 9. That's the 4th K for Carlton. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Garcia Parra has grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice, then was picked off. in the fourth for the second out of that inning. He's 0 for 2. The pitch to Nomar Garciaparra. He gets doubles. It's a 33. A 33 is a 0. So now Garciaparra rolling on the D column. 42. He doesn't get doubles. 42 is a 6. And that will be a double to the left center field gap. Garciaparra gets the first hit off Carlton. With 2 outs, Garciaparra doubles. Mike Stanley popped to third, then reached on an error by Schmidt. So Stanley's been pulling the ball. Can he tie it with one swing? Here's the pitch to Stano. Mike Stanley, the DH for the Red Sox, 42. I don't think that's going to get it done. A 42 is a 14. Runner at second. Most likely that is a walk, but let's double check. Ball 4. It is a walk. So we have first and second, 2 outs. Carlton has struggled with his control a bit, as I believe that is the fourth walk he has given up. Boone goes out to have a word with the lefty. Oops. Don't want to do that. He's only at first. 2 outs, 2 on. John Valentin steps to the plate. Let's see what Johnny Valentin can do here. And we have first and second, so we move this chart over. 2 outs, 2-0 Phillies. The pitch to Valentin, that's going to be a 64. Will it close the door on the Red Sox and Valentin? Yes, it will. That's a 13. We'll double check the 13. That's a strikeout on the curve, crushing the rally. Carlton has now struck out 5. The Red Sox strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-0 Philadelphia. So Carlton gives up a hit, a double to Nomar, but no more. None shall pass. In the bottom of the 6th for Philadelphia, it's going to be Rose, Schmidt, and Lazinski to face Pedro Martinez. Martinez had the hiccup in the 3rd inning. Leadoff homer by Boa, followed by another bippity-boppity boom by Boone. Say that 10 times fast. Carlton seems extremely strong. The Phillies have Tug McGraw as their closer. So the Red Sox strand 2. Martinez back up on the bump. Rose is 1 for 2. He's singled and struck out. Martinez has struck out 7, I do believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The pitch to the switch hitting Rose in the left-hander's batter's box. That is a 21. 21 is a 30. And we go to the bases empty chart. A 30, defensive column 2, is a fly ball towards the gap, easily tracked down by Troy O'Leary, 1 down. Rose is 1 for 3 now, so there's 1 out. Rose heads back to the dugout here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 Phillies. Michael Jack Schmidt is 0 for 2. He did reach base in his second at-bat. Error by Donnie Sadler. Here's the pitch from Martinez to Schmidt. 34. A 34 is a 31. Fly ball deep to center field. Racing back at the track in front of the wall. Making the catches, Darren Lewis. 2 away. Schmidt is 0 for 3. Greg Lazinski, the Bull, the DH. Lazinski's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. Veritek wiggles the fingers. Martinez rocks and deals. 12. A 12 is a 25. That's going to end the inning. Grounder. No, it's an X, so that is going to be a strikeout. Again, Martinez is an XY and then a Z pitcher. They don't have an XY on this chart, so obviously we're going to give him the X. And that's the 8th strikeout by Pedro Martinez. He's now struck out 8. There's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Pedro's K'd 8. We go to the top of the 7th, 2-0 Phillies. For the Red Sox, it will be O'Leary, Nixon, and Varitek. We might bring up a righty here. With the 1999 set, it is the bare minimum of players, so I don't have any of the extra players. With the 1980 set, I did get the extra players. These are all purchases not from APBA directly. So Carlton has given up 1 hit, no runs. He's walked 4. The 1 hit was a double last inning off the bat of Garcia Parra. Okay. O'Leary, Nixon. Well, O'Leary had some big games in 1999, so he's going to swing the stick. O'Leary's 0 for 2. The pitcher, Troy O'Leary from Steve Carlton, that is a 46. 46 is a strikeout. Swing and a miss as he chased high and away. Carlton's starting to pick up his K count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ks for Carlton. 1 out, base is empty. Another left-handed batter, Trot Nixon. Do we want a pinch hit for Nixon with Butch Husky? I say no. Not yet. The pitch to Trot. Carlton tossing up a 31, and he walks again. Holy cow. 3 walks by Trot Nixon. That's why we did not pinch hit for him. Tying run will come to the plate. So Nixon has battled Carlton tooth and nail for 3 free passes. Jason Varitek steps to plate. Switch hitter batting righty. He's the catcher. He's 0 for 2. Phillies, if they get a double play, are out of this inning. Runner at first, 1 out. Pitch homeward bound to Jason Varitek. That's a 36, and that is a walk. Let's make sure to double check. He is not as, I am incorrect. He is a Z pitcher. It is not a walk. It is ball 1. 1-0 count. Carlton deals to Varitek again. 43-29. Varitek puts the ball in play. They cannot turn 2, though, as Nixon goes in hard, upending Manny Trio. Some harsh words there with Boa, Nixon, and Trio, but there are 2 outs. Nixon erased from the base paths. Varitek reaches on the fielder's choice, 6-4. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Carlton throwing a 1-hit shutout. Donnie Sadler, we're definitely pinch hitting for Donnie now. So if we pinch hit for Sadler, Offerman goes to second. Dahlback would come in and play first. You know what? Sadler struck out and grounded out. We're going to give Sadler 1 more at-bat. Carlton to Donnie Sadler, 53. What will it be? We shall see a 21. That's going to end the inning. Oh, wait a second. A 21. My faux pas. Rose makes the error. Holy cow. So Rose, as Boa came up throwing it, was right on target. I don't know what Rose was looking at. It's an easy throw from Boa. The error goes on Rose. Runners on second and third. A-6. I don't know what that means. Assist 6, E3. Maybe that's what that means. I don't know. There is no assist though. However, it's a throwing error, and the Red Sox have second and third now. Holy cow! Well, not a throwing error. Excuse me. It's off the glove of Rose. He should have caught it. So Veritek goes to third. Sadler reaches on the E3. That throw should have been handled by Pete Rose. He's at second, so that's a two-base error. Second and third, 2 outs. I tell you what, the defense has not played well behind Steve Carlton. Top of the order, Darren Lewis, who struck out twice and grounded to short. Second and third, tying runs in scoring position. Carlton to Darren Lewis. That's a 51. A 51's a 14. So you have second and third. Let's make sure. Second and third, 14. Ball 4. No voodoo takes that away. Let me just triple check. We have second and third. 14. Fielding column 1. High pitch, free pass. Bases are juiced. With 2 outs, Carlton really struggling with his control. First time Lewis has gotten on. Lewis at first. Sadler at second. Veritek at third. Offerman comes to the plate. Offerman is 0 for 2. He does have a walk. Switch hitter. He'll bat righty off Carlton. Now, do the Phillies go to the bullpen? I think you just might. I mean, his control is all over the place. Carlton's walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that he's walked 6. I missed. Wow, he's walked 6. So do we go to Tug McGraw here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th? This is a long, and he's an AC pitcher. We do have Kevin Saucier. He's a B grade. I think you got to go to Tug McGraw with that AC. Bob B wants that Marty Bystrom. He wants that C pitcher in there. I don't think you want to bring, and again, I'm not saying it's accurate. I think he should be, I'll show you Marty Bystrom's card. And he's not rated as a bullpen guy, but I mean, you can bring him in out of the bullpen. I think he should be better than this. They only gave him a C grade. You can see when you, this is an extra player because it's squared off as opposed, you see the rounded edges. To be honest with you, with what he did, he should be an A pitcher. I believe, again, he was 5-0 with an ERA under 2. In limited appearances, I get that, but still. Then it's up to the player how he wants to use him. Where the hell did I put McGraw? Oh, he's right there. Oh. And I think you got to go with McGraw. Bob B says bring in Tug. I think that's what you have to do. We're bringing in Tug McGraw. Carlton's control and errors by the Phillies have really cost him. So Tug McGraw is going to come in with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. It's not going to change your fielding at all. It actually improves the fielding to 43, but still it's one column. As McGraw's at 2 defensive points. The damage is of the Phillies' own doing. Carlton's walk and the shoddy fielding by the infield of the Philadelphia Phillies. I believe that's the second. Is that the second error on Rose? I know Schmidt had one. AC XZ modifiers. Yeah, the number 2 pencil is getting short. You are correct. Bob B. So McGraw's another left-handed hurler. Carlton's done. And we will just put him over here. And we're going to mark in our notes. McGraw, 2 outs, 7th. That's when Tug comes in. So Tug McGraw to face Jose Offerman. Pretty much the same situation. Offerman switch hitter will bat righty. No place to put Offerman. 2-0 Phillies. Big moment for the Red Sox. The pitch to Jose Offerman. Close to doubles, but close is not good enough. It's a 32, bases loaded. 32 is a 26. Infield obviously playing normal with 2 outs. 26. Wow, had they been... well, no, it's a 26, and the infield is normal. It would have been a double play. They don't need it. So it's going to be a force out, 4-6, side retired. Let me just... So a 26, it's a 32. 32 off the Offerman card's a 26, bases loaded. So they're not playing in because there's no need. There's 2 outs. So they're playing deep, which would be normal. They're fielding column 1. It would have been an unbelievable double play runner to third. But there's 2 outs, so we're going to call it a 4-6. Actually, he'd probably go to first. We're going to call it a 4-3. Ground out. And the side is retired. So Tug McGraw saves the day. Offerman grounds out to Trio, who throws to Rose, who Pete manages to hold on to the freaking baseball there. He's getting a little bit of razzing from the Phillies fans. Red Sox squander a golden opportunity. They leave him loaded. McGraw does his J-O-B. So that closes the book on Carlton. Carlton went 6 2/3 innings. I do believe gave up only 1 hit, the double to Garcia Parra. No runs. Walked, I believe, 6. Struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gave up no homers. Huge squander. And that was a tremendous gift by the Phillies to have the Red Sox load those bases. But the Red Sox did not cash in on that gift, to the detriment of the ball club. Bottom of the 7th, 2-0 Red Sox. I wish. 2-0 Phillies. Pedro, again, if you're just joining us, hiccup in the bottom of the 3rd. Leadoff batter Boa homers. Bobby Boone, the next batter, homers. Back-to-back jacks, thus the 2-0 lead. For the Phillies will be Maddox, McBride, and Trio to try to increase that 2-0 lead. McGraw, he's going to try to go the distance here. The pitch to Gary Maddox. Maddox is 0 for 2. Martinez to Maddox. 34 is a 31. Base is empty. A 31. Fielding column 2 is a fly ball to center. Going back is Darren Lewis, 1 out. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Shake Bake McBride steps to the plate. McBride is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Martinez to Shake Bake. Oh, Nelly. That is an 11. That's a 0. That is a 0. Off the D column now. McBride looking to roll doubles. 35 is a 4 off the D column. Shot down the third base line past the dive of Valentin. It's going to be an easy stand-up double for Shake Bake McBride. So with 1 out, McBride stands at second. They want more insurance runs. It's 2-0 Phillies. Manny Trio will step to the plate. Trio is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and popped out. Runner at second. Martinez looking for a K. The pitch to Manny Trio. That is a 16. 16's a 28 with a runner at second. Ground ball to short. Garcia Parra looks the runner back. Fires to Offerman at first. McBride stays put. Second time Trio has grounded to short. There are 2 outs now. McBride, a fast runner, will be off on contact and should score quite easily on any hit. Larry Boa is homered and struck out. His homer, again, came back to lead off the top of the third. The pitch to Boa. Runner at second. That's a 26 to Larry Boa. 26 is a 27. Y pitcher gets a strikeout. Martinez is an XY. We give him the strikeout. Boa goes down again. Another K for Martinez. He now has 9, I do believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Ks for Pedro Martinez. We'll just mark 9 there so I can remember. The 1-out double doesn't hurt. Bob Boone will lead things off in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the top of the 8th, 2-0 Philadelphia. Tug McGraw in relief of Steve Carlton at times was highly effective and at other times walked the world. Not the best defense behind Carlton either in the infield, which is a bit shocking. You had errors from Schmidt and Rose. But the Red Sox had bases loaded in the top of the 7th with 2 outs, and Offerman grounded out to second. McGraw came in and doused the fire. McGraw with going to get a full inning unless something goes horrifically wrong here. So McGraw will face Garcia Parra, Stanley, and Valentin, all 3 righties. Garcia Parra has the only hit of this game, a double. McGraw to Nomar. 14 for Garcia Parra. Base is empty. 14's a 30. I know that's an out. So base is empty on a 30. Defensive column 1. That's a shot to left center field. Lonnie Smith racing over on the turf. Lays out and makes the catch, robbing another possible double or triple off the bat of Nomar Garcia Parra. Great catch by Lonnie Smith in left. 1 out. So 1 down. Mike Stanley steps to the plate. Stanley popped out to third, reached on an error by Schmidt at third, then walked. He's 0 for 2. The pitch to Stano from Tug McGraw. Lefty-righty battle. 16. A 16's a 28. Base is empty. Well, we know that is an out. That's a high chopper to short. Boa shows a little up, comes down, throws low. This time, Rose scoops it out of the dirt. 2 down, scoring at home 6-3. Red Sox have 2 outs, top of the 8th. McGraw doing his job in relief of Steve Carlton. Another right-handed stick. Can McGraw get him? The pitch to John Valentin. Valentin looking for his first hit. 35 for Johnny. A 35 is a 39. A 39 curveball drops in for strike 1. A W pitcher. Is he a W pitcher? No, so it's a 0-1 count. Valentin awaits the McGraw offering on the 0-1. Pitch homeward bound. 45 is a 14. So Valentin battles back for a walk. McGraw is not a double ZZ pitcher. Valentin reaches base for the first time. Another walk by Philadelphia pitching. That's 7 walks. 2 outs. The tying run will come to the plate in Troy O'Leary. Now, I think, and this is really going to foobar our outfield. So the Red Sox have 37 points. They can give away 1 point, which they will, defensively, I mean. With Husky, they'll still stay in that fielding 2 column. The Red Sox, with limited bench. On the bench, we have Dahlback's a lefty. Hattenberg is a lefty. And Husky is a righty. Butch Husky is coming out to pinch hit. Dahlback's going to have to come in. No, he doesn't. Husky will just play left. Let's just leave these dudes out here, though. Butch Husky coming out to pinch hit for Troy O'Leary. We could move Sadler to the outfield. Offerman to second. Dahlback to first. But that might drop us into fielding column 3. All righty. So O'Leary's gone. With 2 outs, they're going to go with the righty Butch Husky. Well, I think the Red Sox got him from the Mets, and I think he played with the Twins too. I don't remember exactly. Husky, and he's going to most likely stay in to play left field. So we'll put that down. He's neither a fast nor slow runner. Husky pinch hit. Two outs. 8th. For O'Leary. All right, Trot Nixon on deck. Let's see if there's any magic in that Butch Husky's bat. Tying run at first as Valentin battled McGraw to a walk. Boone has a word with McGraw, now back behind the plate. The pitch to Butch Husky. He wants a 66 to tie the game. 34, that's not going to tie the game. 34 is a 31. Runner at first. Let's see if that ends the inning. Maybe not. A 31. Can of corn to left center. Coming over is Lonnie Smith. He calls off Maddox. The side is retired. Husky cannot come through with a clutch hit. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 2-0 Philadelphia. Husky will stay in to play left. The Red Sox defense, as he is a 1. You can see that there. So they go to a 36. It's still fielding column 2. If they drop below a 36, it goes to fielding column 3, which is bad. So McGraw needs 3 more outs to pick up a 7-out save. Why not? Pedro still battling out there. Boy, would he like to erase the back-to-back jacks to lead off the bottom of the 3rd by Boa and Boone, but you can't. He can only continue to put up goose eggs. He'll face Boone at the top of the order of the Phillies, Smith and Rose. The pitch to Bob Boone from Pedro Martinez, 44 is an 8. An 8 on the AC. Base is empty. I believe the AC voodoo will take away the hit. Yep. Popped up left side. Again, 44 is an 8, so that's going to be a pop out to John Valentin. Boone is retired. He's now 1 for 3. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. 2-0 Philadelphia. Top of the order, Lonnie Smith 0 for 3, struck out twice. Here's the pitch to Lonnie Smith. 45 to Lonnie Smith, base is empty. 45's a 14. Pedro is not a double ZZ pitcher. That is a walk to the speedy Lonnie Smith. First time he's reached base. Red Sox have Derek Lowe up in the pen. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the 8th, Pete Rose would like to make amends for his error and shoddy fielding at first. He's 1 for 3. He's singled, struck out, and flown out. The pitch to Charlie Hustle is a 54. Runner at first. Flip the chart. 54 is a 32. A 32 is well hit to right. Going back. Now coming in. Sound a little better off the bat. Is Trot Nixon. He makes the catch. Runner holds. Smith goes back to first. 2 outs. In the bottom of the 8th, 2-0 Phillies. Michael Jack Schmidt is hitless against Martinez. 0 for 3. He did reach on an E4 by Donnie Sadler. Huskies out and left. That's frightening. Here's the pitch for Martinez to Schmidt. 21 to Michael Jack Schmidt. A 21 with a runner at first is a 30. That's going to end the inning. High fly ball to left. We hold our breath. Butch Husky makes the catch. Thank God. The 1-out walk doesn't hurt. We go to the top of the 9th. 2-0 Phillies. So Martinez has gone 8 innings. Giving up 2 runs. It looks like he's going to be a tough luck loser. Joshua Hauser, how you doing? Hope all is well. Joshua says he's happy to join in for some baseball. Well, just give you a quick update. Martinez, 3rd inning was bad. That's how the Phillies got their 2 runs. Leadoff homer by Boa, followed by Boone, so it was back-to-back jacks. Philadelphia, Carlton only gave up 1 hit, a double to Nomar, but he walked 6. He left with the bases loaded in the 7th with 2 outs. McGraw came in and deuced the ground ball off the bat of Offerman, and the Red Sox stranded them loaded. McGraw now trying to get the 7-out save as we go to the top of the 9th. For the Red Sox, Nixon, Varitek, and Sadler. We don't have another right-handed batter on the bench. We only have Hattenberg. He's a lefty. And Dahlback is a lefty. Dahlback has the 4 on the 11 and the 1 on the 6, which is the same as Trot Nixon, the 4 on the 11, the 1 on the 66. I said 6, my faux pas. McGraw, lefty-lefty matchup to Trot Nixon. He's walked 3 times. That's a 21. A 21 is a 12. That's an interesting roll. A 12 on the base is empty. Not that interesting enough. 1-hop rocket speared by the first baseman, Rose. He races to the bag for out number 1. So Rose robs Nixon of a single or more. Nixon grounds out to first. 1 out. Top of the 9th. Phillies 2 outs away in this epic pitching battle to give Carlton the win. He pitched well and he pitched bad at the same time. Only gave up 1 hit, but the walks were killers. Varitek, switch hitting catcher, bats righty. Here's the pitch of Jason Varitek. 53. What will it be? We shall see. McGraw with a 53 is a 19. A 19. And again, you see, that's an out. What a stop. A hard shot that looks like it's going to go down the line to third base line. As Varitek pulls it, diving stop on the backhanded play by Schmidt. Pops up, throws a strike to Rose. Back-to-back excellent plays by the defenders on the corners for the Phillies. First Rose, now Schmidt. So both of them make amends for their errors earlier in the game. 2 down. Donnie Sadler, 0 for 3, did reach on the Rose error. So Rose does have, no, that's only 1 error. Did he make 2? All right. We're going to pinch hit for Donnie Sadler because he's Donnie Sadler. And do we go Hattenberg or Dahlback, who for some reason the name Jack Harton, but someone wrote in Brian Dahlback. So I'll take their word for it. We're going to go Brian Dahlback. So Brian Dahlback. Now we only have 1 bench player. So Dahlback. Pinch hit. 2 outs. 9th. For Sadler. He'll try to take it to the top of the order. So he's looking, he'd like to roll that 66. McGraw to the left-hand batting. Brian Dahlback. Is there some 66 magic? No, that's a 25. A 25 is an 8. AC, we know that's going to take away the voodoo. The voodoo takes away the hit. Popped up, third base side, can of corn for Michael Jack Schmidt. This ball game is over. The Philadelphia Phillies and Steve Carlton, along with Tug McGraw, finish off the 1999 Red Sox and Pedro Martinez. So it's the 80 Phillies victorious 2-0 over the 99 Red Sox. Pedro is what you call a tough luck loser. 2-0. The Fighting Phils. Ken Castro says, nice win for the Phillies. That was a fun game. Even though my beloved Red Sox did not win and my beloved Pedro Martinez didn't win. It was a fun game. APBA Basics. Wonderful game, APBA. Again, thank you. As I misspelled thank you for a second. To the FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community. Hope you enjoyed it. Player of the game. Well, I think Phillies pitching threw a one-hitter. I'm looking quickly. The one hit was the double by Garcia Parra. I don't see any other hits. A lot of walks, though. Red Sox could not cash in on those walks. McGraw pitched 2 1/3 innings, 7-out save. He didn't give up any hits, any runs. He did walk. He came in here. He walked 1. Struck out none. 7 walks given up by Philadelphia pitching. I mean, Carlton did throw a one-hitter, but he walked 6. Players of the game, Larry Boa and Bob Boone, who produced the only fruit, a.k.a. runs, for the Phillies in the bottom of the third, back-to-back jacks off a very dominant Pedro Martinez in 1999. Boa with the leadoff homer. Boone follows it up 2-0. They're co-MVPs. Martinez went 8 innings. He only gave up 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. They're both homers. He walked 1. He walked 1. Am I seeing that correctly? I only see 1 W. Struck out 1. Well, he had 9. I think it was 9, but let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Struck out 9. Martinez is the losing pitcher, unfortunately. Carlton is the winning pitcher. McGraw with the save. 2-0 1980 Phillies over the 1999 Red Sox. Hope you enjoyed it. It was fun. I'd like to thank Ken Castro, Joshua Hauser, Bob B., D. Smith, Sports Time Machine, Sean Kaufman, Dave Gardner, Brian Hoxie. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed the stream, smack that like button. If you have not subscribed and you want to, that'd be awesome. If you do subscribe, hit the bell for notification when we go live. If you want to become a member of the FOC, it's very easy. You subscribe to my channel. You subscribe to the fellow community members' channels. Share, like, sub myself as well as them. Come back and have fun. Come back where everybody knows your name. Stay safe, be smart, treat people the way you want to be treated. God bless. I love you all. Greatly appreciate everyone's time. We had a really fun pitching matchup using APBA Basic. I do love APBA Basic. I have the 1973 season coming, which I got off eBay, and 1989. I missed the 2006 season. I was going to haggle a little bit. Then I said, I'm just going to buy it. And someone beat me to it because it was a reasonable price. I did get the 2 seasons I just mentioned, 73 and 89, combined a total of $60. $60 for both seasons, and they both have extra players. So I'm psyched about that. Again, when you buy them off APBA and they're off eBay and they're a little older, you can't play advanced with them because I don't think they have the numbers or something. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I like playing basic. All right. That being said, thank you again very much. Carlton, McGraw, 1 hit the Red Sox, so they give up 7 walks. Carlton the win, McGraw the save as the 1980 Phillies defeat the 1999 Red Sox and Pedro Martinez 2-0. Players of the game, the two men who knocked the ball out of the ballpark in the bottom of the third, leadoff Homer Boa, followed by Bob Boone, the catcher. See you soon. Peace.